maps him, and then it starts mapping this energy off of him. It starts like glitching. It starts like it's so weird because the SLS camera, it's a 3D depth sensing structured light sensing camera. So it shouldn't be mapping anything off of him, especially when he's not like flat against a wall or nothing. But it starts mapping this energy next to him, and it's like pixelating and glitching out. And then you start seeing his limbs start extending off of him. His limbs start extending off of him, and then his skeletal track starts becoming something else. And it's so strange because we have the SLS Connect camera at the perfect distance to map him perfectly, and yet it was going bananas.
And I was standing completely still, but this thing was like moving, and normally it doesn't do that.
Yeah, especially we had the perfect conditions for it not to do that. We had the perfect conditions for it to map you normally, and it didn't. And
then it gets really weird.
Yeah, and then right as we decided to go downstairs and we're going to start saging and doing our prayers and stuff, right as we decide to do that, this figure jumps out of him. It jumps out of him, and it is deformed. It's not human. It is not human. It is this pile of pixels. It's like a pile of just like random limbs and stick figure limbs, and it starts like shaping all weird. It's so weird because it looks exactly how you would see a spirit, like a spirit jumps out of a person, and it's just this like mold of energy. It's just pure energy, and then you see it morph back into its normal form, which is 9 feet tall with wings. And you see this happen on the SLS camera. You see it happen. It's on video, on live stream, like.
And I think if the SLS was able to map like more limbs, or more than just a human figure skeleton, then it would have showed more of what we were seeing there. Because, like you said, it's got the wings and everything, and it starts doing all this weird, like it's stretching off of it and like adding joints and stuff, but it like still couldn't comprehend exactly what it was seeing.
It couldn't because the SLS is designed to map human figures, and even after it jumped out at you, it was mapping a pile of a figure on the floor, and it's not designed to do that. That's the crazy thing, is like it's not designed to map or to skeletal track non-human shapes, and it was. And then when it finally formed into what I guess it normally looks like, it was able to map the wings along with the legs, but I guess it couldn't comprehend like wings and whatever else. It's wild. And then the map, once it grows to its like 10 feet tall like height, it's standing there for a second with the wings, and then it like moves slightly, and then it disappears on the camera. And right when it does, I see something walk past me, and I assumed it was Alex. I assumed Alex walked past me. So I go to turn to talk to him, and then Alex speaks, and he's actually in front of me. He hadn't moved. So I saw this figure, whatever it was, walk past us, and I just assumed it was Alex walking past me. But it was wild. And then right after that, you see the map on him again, and it looks all weird. And then we go downstairs, and we start doing our cleansings and everything. And, dude, even all night, it was messing with us. All night.
Yeah, it would, like, jump back and forth.
Let me see if you felt what I was feeling. So whenever it would attach to me, these are the two feelings that I would feel. I would feel extreme sadness and extreme frustration.
Yeah.
It was that kind of feeling you feel when it's that same kind of feeling I felt when people close to me have died, or like when I've lost a pet or something. It was that feeling, and it made me feel like I was doing something wrong because I was feeling that emotion and not doing anything about it. It was the weirdest experience that I've had that I can remember in recent past. Like, it was the amount of sadness and frustration this entity was able to put on me. Like, just immediately, it would just
hit. It would just hit you.
It didn't happen at any other location, and it just, oh man. And then, dude, I even forgot about this. Remember later in the night when we were mapping all those figures?
It was like 4 or 5.
Yeah. That was incredible. On the SLS camera, it can map up to 6 energies, and it can skeletal track 2 of them where it shows the stick figure for it. And we got up to like 5 at one point. And we believe that 7 from Revenant Acres might have followed us to Thornhaven Manor in order to manifest more powerfully, because Thornhaven is built with limestone bricks, like, all around it. It has 2 natural spring wells in the basement of the building, and it's right on a ley line, supposedly, that runs right through Indiana. It's right, like, on top of where it's either, like, on a big ley line or right where ley lines meet or something. It's just, it was the perfect spot for any spirit.
And
that
it was the new moon.
It was, that's right. And it was the new moon, which means there was no light coming off the moon. It was as dark as night could get there.
Yep. And it was just, it was a wild ride. I remember we took that break when we did the experiment with the laser keyboard.
Yeah.
And I, like, literally felt like I was on drugs. Like, I felt like I was looking through a GoPro or something.
I felt like that too, and I was driving, and we got in the car, and as we started going a little bit, and I was like, should I be driving? Like, it tripped me out, dude. Like, it literally felt like, I don't know, it was weird. It felt like we were messed up.
Yeah, it did, and it didn't really completely. I didn't feel completely like normal, and well, I won't even say that because like until we got home and went to sleep, like I still felt kind of weird. But
yeah, I felt weird even waking up the next day, man. Once
the sunlight came out, it felt like we like had defeated some like boss or something.
It was like that. It was like an all-night battle. And I would say about once we got back from the break and we started investigating, and we did Lights Out. Once we did Lights Out, I felt like we had won. Like, I felt like it wasn't affecting us near as much. It got you a couple more times, but not nearly as extreme.
Yeah.
And then once the sun fully came up, it did feel like we won. And because, when we were packing up, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it hit at all.
The last thing I remember that was when I opened the basement door that one last time. And,
right.
And I thought I heard something moving down there. And then when we were leaving, I remember you said you thought you saw something.
Yeah, that's right, dude. I forgot about that, too. I should have made, like, a video clip of that or something. But we were literally at the end of the drive, and I looked back in one of my mirrors, and I saw something move across the front porch window, it was the front porch window. Like, I saw something move, like something big with mass, like, move. And it was just like, what a way to close out investigating there. And let me put it this way: Thornhaven Manor is not known for having any kind of like dark haunting. It's not what it's known for. There's rumors that the forest around it is dark. The woods around it are dark. Like, as far as spiritual nature goes, there's, like, supposedly a dark entity there. But in the house itself, there's been no consistent reports of any dark activity. So I think what we experienced there was something from the trip that decided to manifest in full form at that location.
That's what I think, too, because all the stuff that happened to us, none of it matched what was happening, like, or what anyone else told us. But I guess that pretty much covers a lot of the trip. I mean, we might do another show sometime and talk more about some of the finer details and everything.
Right, maybe showcase like a piece of evidence from each location.
Definitely, yeah. We can put all those sounds on here. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there for the night. And thank you for coming on, Eric.
Hey, thank you for having me. You know, I love working with you. You know, I love the WOLFPACK squad. This has been actually really cool. And we needed to talk about this trip. Like, this is the first time we actually like hashed it out since we've been back.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to remember things too that I forgot that had happened and everything.
Same, yeah, yep.
But definitely. So guys, Eric, go ahead and plug all your stuff real quick.
Let me plug real quick. Alright, so the main thing is the Epic Paranormal TV YouTube channel. That's where you can find all these investigations that we just talked about. They're all from a couple weeks ago, and you'll see that if you wanted to see where it starts, the first video is called Live Ghost Hunt at Super Haunted Farm, and it's 3 weeks ago, and in the back on the thumbnail it says Never Sleep Again. And literally literally, dude, we did like 20 plus videos from that trip. And then it goes all the way up to Insanely Scary Abandoned House. It's all purple from Full Spectrum. But yeah, Epic Paranormal TV on YouTube, Epic Paranormal TV on Facebook. Also, if you want to connect with the Epic family, there's a Facebook group called Epic Investigates Paranormal. It's lit. That's where the Epic fans hanging out. A lot of the WOLFPACK squad is over there as well. It's ultra lit. And then Alex and I actually co-run a channel called the 24/7 Paranormal Network. We're working on exclusive content for that at the moment. But go ahead and subscribe so that way you can be up to date on all of the 24/7 Paranormal Network releases and exclusives. And I think that's all the plugs on my end, unless anyone wants to check out the Patreon, and that's patreon.com/epicfam. We test out new gear there and new equipment, new ideas, new experiments. So patreon.com/epicfam. All right, that's all my plugging for now.
Hell yeah. Sounds good. And for me, as you guys know, Spectral WOLFPACK Paranormal. If you just search for that on YouTube or Facebook and all that stuff, you can find my pages. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'm not exactly sure on the next date. I'm going to try and do this again maybe on Wednesday nights, but I'll let everyone know in the future and share that around and everything. So thank you guys for coming and chatting and everything.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that I could access the chat. Oh, I would have been talking to everybody. I see Tim Litfield. I see Exposing Reality. I see Amber.
Yeah, I just figured out about the chat too. Like,
Chris, what's up, Chris?
Chris.
Oh, man. Yvonne, Spirit Stalker fam, Yvonne. Oh, man, okay, well, we know for next time. Lori Lane, what up, Lori? Kim, man, the whole squad was there. Richard, what's up? Ken, what's up, damn, man, the whole squad was there. That's awesome. That's awesome.
The squad came through.
That's lit. Well, we know next time we can have the chat pulled up.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great night.
Hey, thank you for having me on again, man. This has been awesome.
Yeah, we look forward to, we'll have some more locations coming soon, and we'll see some of you guys on April 28th, right?
Yep, April 28th. I think the tickets might be sold out for that. If not, check out Benton Farmhouse Investigations and Tours, or Benton Farmhouse, I think it's Investigations and Tours on Facebook. There's a ticket to the link, or link to the tickets there. But yeah, we're doing an event at that Benton Farmhouse we talked about earlier in the show. Yep. And we're doing a live investigation event there on April 28th.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you guys at the next podcast, live stream, or video drop.
That's right. Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on my channel. That's what I should have plugged.
All right, guys. Have a good night.